Oh my. Howdy, it's me again. It's been about 9 months since the last one of these, and a lot of stuff has happened. Um, I graduated my freshman year of high school. Yeah. Um, yeah, but I played a lot of D&D, so I feel like making this video because I recently rediscovered this account after going through my subscriptions box on YouTube and clearing them out. I'm like, Lord History 2, huh? That's my username. What account is this for? And sorry, getting my water. As per the norm, it was for D&D because I'm a virgin. And yeah, so I'm going to catch you up off of where we were last. So when last we left our heroes, I was talking about how we ran into the dragon. It was not a green dragon or a blue dragon, like I said. It was a silver dragon. I remember this. It was a silver dragon, and she had the slaying stone. I essentially we were issued the challenge of 200 XP if we didn't communicate whatsoever during the um the challenge, and we did it obviously because we're just that great. I'm just that great. Um, we went and essentially we just wooed her. It took a lot, and I used like my dailies and encounter powers to impress her, and we got a slaying stone. And from that point on, I forget why. I think at that point we were just done. We didn't want to be in the city anymore. So what we did is the three of us, me, Astrid, um, Lucifer being Jacob, and then Stephen being Frodo, and my dog, the four of us rather. The four of us, we just absolutely booked it. We weren't that far from the city's walls. Probably like a mile, I believe we were. So we just got there as fast as we could. We were on our way there, and I'm going to say 2/3 of the way there. We were about to the wall was in line of sight. Obviously, it was within line of sight, and we were doing everything as we normally would, and then off to I think it was our right. I forget. It's somewhere nearby. We could smell something that was tantalizingly good. It was just absolutely phenomenal smelling food. It was great, and we hadn't eaten in a little bit, but we knew it was a trap. We couldn't even if it wasn't a trap, there would be something cooking that would probably either want to kill us or rat on something that would want to kill us. So we did the flyby decision of not killing ourselves, and we booked it. We booked it to the wall, and we're at the wall now, and we definitely have the attention of some of the guards that are the goblins. And holy fuck, I took out my bow and I just peppered the wall, just whoosh, 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 with footholds. I put arrows in, and these were decent arrows, and they were sturdy enough, and they were deep enough in the wall that we could climb on them. The heaviest being like 160-pound man, not a concern. So we went up, lightest to heaviest, and my dog's a god, and just it went Frodo, my dog, me, and Lucifer in that order. Me being Astrid. We ran up the wall, ran up. We climbed up the wall, getting arrows pelted at us, and at this point, we were kind of just like, There was only one guard that was in a range of us close enough that would be a threat to us. So at this point, I'm holding the slaying stone. I got the slaying stone from the silver dragon after I wooed her, and we were kind of fucked. And we remembered that it didn't work outside the city walls. We were told that at the very beginning. I'm not sure if I ever explained that, but convenient, right? and it was about to be destroyed by her anyway. So we were trying to weigh the pros and cons. Our characters were in this, and then we probably spent like 10-15 minutes discussing this of outside of game, outside of character, and we were discussing if she's just going to destroy it, Trayona, why don't we just bring it to her destroyed, or would that affect our pay grade? It was the main thought there, and yada yada yada, and essentially it was just a big thing, and we decided to not. We didn't use it. We got over the wall and we sprinted into the forest that was surrounding the Gorazbad, Karazdan, whatever, same thing. We went into the woods and we just booked it, and we arrived at a river that was wide enough. I think it was about 200 feet across, so it's not the easiest thing in the world. That's what, 40 tiles? That actually sounds about right. It's like 200 feet across, and we were all out of breath, so we took a moment, we took a breather, we took a short rest, we took a breather, and we were waiting there, and we were waiting there, and we were just doing our thing, and then off in the distance, to our left and to our right, we heard goblins talking. They were chittering. They were talking, and Jacob didn't need to translate that. I forget, by the way, what level it is, but I know that Frodo takes linguist as his second thing and learns Goblin as well, because he's an asshole, and they wanted to keep me out of the loop on any information. But they took it to all the different languages. Point is, he'll know that in a little bit. I'm not sure if it was now or not. I think we were level 2, and we were like, ooh, EXP! So I don't think we would have wasted it on linguist at that point. Maybe later on, though. But we heard of the goblins, and none of us needed to translate what they said to understand that they were looking for us, and we only had one option. We had 3 options. 1, go back into the city, try to hide, rethink of a better plan. 2, fight the unknown amount of goblins. It sounded like a lot, or cross the river. It was a semi-fast river, and right at that moment, we were like, oh my god, what are we going to do? And some guy in a raft, he just floats on up, and he goes, I'll take you across the river. 50 gold each. And we were like, okay, first off, this is sketchy. Second off, this is really convenient. Third off, I want to fucking stab him. That was my thought process, and everyone else was just, the first two. So, at this point, I just want to kill him and take his raft. Steven is the only one that bites at it. He's the halfling, and he doesn't want to do anything that would remotely risk him at all. So he just floats on by on the river, which is, the most risky thing he could do. But, why not? So he gets in the raft, goes across the river, and he arrives there safely. And I was spewing insults to this dude. I think he was a gnome. I was spewing insults to this dude the entire time. So he comes back, and he just goes, bye-bye, and then he keeps on going. And it's just like, okay, I was going to take your services anyway. So me and Jacob, we start swimming. We start swimming across the river. And about halfway through, we keep on having to make endurance checks to, keep going, because the water was cold. It was not something that you wanted to be swimming in, but I didn't want to give up my 50 gold pieces, and this made for a really good story that we still talk about to this day. We did this about 10 months ago, 10 months ago, so it was insane. But we do that, and he fails his endurance check about halfway through, and I go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, that's my wizard, that's my friend. So I lift him up on my back, or I'm kind of like supporting him as I'm swimming. So don't ask, but I had that from that point on. I had to make strength and endurance checks every turn instead of just one. And if I failed either of them, their respective things would happen. Endurance, we would both drown. Or he passed out. So yeah, you pass out just from the sheer amount of cold and everything. So I'd pass out and we'd both drown. If I failed strength, I'd drop him, and then I'd have to dive underneath the water, which would take another endurance check. Just bad stuff. So I take him across the river, and I just roll 16s, 17s, 18s, 19s across the board every turn, and we're about 3/4 of the way over. Maybe it was more like 7/8 of the way over. We were really close. One moment. My sister wanted to do something with, writing utensils or something. I don't know. Point is, I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, we were about 7/8 of the way along, and we are there, and then Andy narrates, shadowy figures scraping right below the surface of the water start heading towards you, and I'm like, oh fuck, oh double fuck, and I just book it. I keep on. I say, can I make like a third roll every turn to go faster? And he's like, sure. So I do, and I think it's a dexterity check. Maybe it was. I don't know. I make 3 checks every turn, and I just ace them every time. If I had failed any one of them, except for the speedy one, bad stuff would have happened. And I just ace it, and I get to the edge of the water, and I throw him over, and I get Frodo. I get him to just take him up as I'm throwing him up, and I'm coming up too. And then as I get out of the water, these fucking, I forget, I think they were crocodiles. They just chomp right where I was, and we would have died that right then were it not for me being insanely lucky. And I'm pretty sure the moral of the story is, be with me and you don't die. I'm just that lucky. I'm just that awesome. Anyway, this is going to be the latest installment, I believe, episode 9 of the Slaying Stone series. We're almost done with this part of the session, where I can still call it the Slaying Stone series. After that, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it. Point is, this is the end of the episode. Thank you for watching, and tune in next time. Goodbye. I fucked up. I didn't hit the button, so now I have to sit here in shame. Feels bad.